Hello guys, today's lecture will be on written constitution versus unwritten constitution. So what is a written constitution? Written constitution is one which has all the provisions, legal provisions and laws codified in a single document. Here the word single is very important. All the provisions and laws. Here when I mean laws, the laws means the fundamental laws are codified. Codified in the sense they are written in a indexed manner. Codified means indexed. Just for example, our constitution has various parts. Part 3 of the constitution is fundamental rights. Part 4 is directive principles of state policies. Then there are articles under various parts of the constitution. So it is in indexed form, that is also called as codified form, and it must be in a single document. Now the best example of written constitution is our country's India, Bharat ka Samvidhan, and another best example is the Constitution of USA. Now coming to unwritten constitution, in this constitution, unwritten constitution, there is all the legal provisions and laws are not codified in a single document. So not codified in a single document is very important, because for example there is no constitution like Constitution of United Kingdom. So if you ask any bookshop in our country, if you ask the Constitution of India, they will give you a copy of Constitution of India. That means all the fundamental laws are codified in this book. However, if you ask in London, give me the Constitution of United Kingdom, they can't give you a book. They'll give you laws of they'll give you this law 1, then they will give you another set of books which contains different types of again laws 2, and so on. And if you club all these, then you'll get what will be the Constitution of United Kingdom. However, these laws are not codified in a single document, so there is no written constitution for United Kingdom. Another great example is there is no written constitution for Israel. So what are the advantages of a written constitution? So let us see what are the advantages of written constitution. Now the parliament makes laws, or we also say them as statutory laws. Now these laws which the parliament makes, in case of a written constitution, statutory laws must abide within the fundamental laws given in the Constitution. So what do you mean by this? So Parliament makes statutory laws. Now in case if it is a written constitution like our India, then these laws must abide the fundamental laws given in Constitution. What do you mean by fundamental laws? Fundamental laws means laws given under article, and in case of India, these laws must abide article part 3 of the Constitution, which is the fundamental rights. So if suppose if a statutory law is made which violates the, in case of India, fundamental rights, who sees them or who checks that no statutory laws violate fundamental rights? Then here, in case of a written constitution, the Supreme Court has the power to nullify any law that abridges part 3 of Indian Constitution. So Parliament makes laws. If these laws, if our just like our country, if any country has written constitution, then the respective Supreme Court checks these statutory laws are within the ambit of the fundamental laws of the Constitution, then it's okay. And if it is not, they will nullify these laws. And in case of India, if this abridges part 3 of the Indian Constitution, then these laws are gone. So what do you understand by this? So the biggest advantage of a written constitution is that constitution is supreme. So in case of written constitution is supreme over Parliament. So what happens in an unwritten constitution? Now let's see the case if these laws are made unwritten. In case if it is unwritten constitution, then there might be cases where, since there is no a given set of a given single legal document, thus if a statutory law is made by the Parliament, then it may be enforceable over the whole territory, over the jurisdiction of the Parliament. So in case of unwritten constitution, Parliament is supreme over the statutory laws. Since here there is no constitution, so I am writing as statutory laws. And the other advantage of a written constitution is more flexible. It might be flexible or rigid. Flexible, ours is not so flexible, but it is a medium flexible. So example is Indian Constitution, and a rigid one is the Constitution of USA. If we see the amendment, ours was implemented in the year 1950, the whole-fledged constitution. However, we have amended more than 90 times. However, if you see the US constitution, it is not being amended as, however, it's been implemented since 1776. However, it is not been it has not been amended many times. So this is the difference between written constitution and unwritten constitution. Thank you.